It's time to watch tales of magic. It's time to have lots of fun. So come follow me and you will see all your dreams become reality.
The Magic Pony, a famous Russian story. Not so long ago, deep in the Russian countryside, there lived a young boy by the name of Ivan.
I'll catch you this time.
It seems that night after night, someone or something had been sneaking into the wheat fields belonging to Ivan's family and trampling all of the new wheat. So on this star-filled night, Ivan had decided to hide and wait for the mysterious intruder to appear. Suddenly, appearing from out of the stars came a magnificent white stallion.
I'm going to take you into town and sell you to pay for the grain you ruined.
The stallion seemed to be hanging his head in shame and apologizing for all the trouble he had caused. Ivan was a very kind-hearted boy and soon decided to forgive him. The white stallion was very grateful, so he decided to give Ivan 3 horses to sell in the marketplace to pay for the grain he had destroyed. As soon as Ivan reached the town, the people began to gather round to stare at the 2 magnificent white horses he was leading. They were a perfectly matched pair and 2 of the best trained horses in the valley. But the strange-looking pony that Ivan was leading drew nothing but laughter and teasing from the crowd. And no wonder. It had ears like a jackrabbit and 2 humps on its back like a camel. They had never seen such a strange-looking animal. The strange little pony seemed to realize they were laughing at him.
I don't care if your ears are a little long and that your back is so bent that you look like a camel. You've got nothing to be ashamed of. I still like you.
Ivan was right. The pony should not have been ashamed of the way he looked because he had something no other pony could match, the gift of magic. Meanwhile, news of Ivan's magnificent white horses spread throughout the land, and he was soon summoned to appear before the ruler of all the land. The wicked ruler knew that he had to have those horses.
But you dare to ask money from your ruler? You know that all you own you owe to me.
But, Your Highness, I just...
That's enough! Guards, throw this peasant and his funny-looking mule out of here!
Oh, what? Ow!
Oh, my, what a terrible ruler. But at least Ivan still had his magic pony.
Ivan, it'll be all right.
Ivan! Ivan, please come back! Those horses have gone wild! You've got to stop them!
There. It's all right. Easy, boy. Easy.
And so the wicked ruler had no choice but to hire Ivan and his magic pony to look after his stables.
Well, how do you like them? They are the handsomest horses in the land. If you like them, I shall give them to you.
The cruel ruler had fallen in love with a very beautiful princess, and he was ready to buy her anything to win her love.
Princess, I'll give you anything you wish.
The princess told him that she must have a bird from the sun.
Did she say a sunbird?
That's right.
The ruler ordered Ivan and his pony to leave at once to find a sunbird for the princess. Ivan did not understand that the princess had chosen something she knew that the ruler could never find. And if he could not find it, she knew that she would not have to marry him. And so Ivan set out with a bag of corn on his shoulder to find a magic sunbird. It was getting dark, when suddenly, there in the distance, there was a bright glow that could only mean one thing. A sunbird.
Hold on tight. We'd better hurry before it gets away.
With that, the magic pony soared into the air and came down behind a rock overlooking the lake where the sunbirds were feeding. The pony covered the corn with a magic potion and told Ivan to throw it down to the sunbirds.
We've got one!
The flock of sunbirds flew quickly away. But the sunbird that had eaten of the magical corn found that he could no longer fly. And he was an easy catch for Ivan.
Gotcha!
Just as you ordered.
The princess told him that she could not give her hand in marriage so easily and asked for one more present. It was a ring, but no ordinary ring because it lay at the bottom of the sea guarded by a giant whale. The ruler quickly ordered Ivan and his pony to bring her the ring. In 2 giant leaps, the magic pony carried Ivan to the faraway sea where they quickly found the whale.
Oh, please, great whale. Please help us find the ring at the bottom of your sea.
The giant whale agreed to help Ivan search for the ring, but on one condition. It seems that for several years the whale had had a gigantic tummy ache, and if Ivan could cure him, he would find the ring. Ivan and his pony quickly agreed and soon learned that the cause of all the whale's trouble was the many ships and other debris that he had swallowed over the years. Ivan grabbed his pony's tail and began to tickle the great whale's nose. The grateful whale quickly ordered all of the creatures of the deep to look for the missing ring.
Wonder where it is. I've got it. Ha, ha, ha. I found it.
But still, the princess would not agree to marry the wicked ruler. She made one last request.
But you can't mean it.
Your Highness, you are already an old man, and I have just turned 17. My final request is that you make yourself young again, the same age as Ivan. If you do that, I will marry you.
The wicked ruler turned to Ivan once more for help, and he was told that if he soaked himself in 3 vats of boiling milk, he could become young again.
Aye! If I have to do it, I have to do it. But first, I'd better warm up. Bundle. Okay. This could be some sort of trick. It was his idea to let Ivan try it first. Guards, the stable boy.
Wait, the magic may not work for me. Your Highness, you can't mean it.
Don't do it!
Don't worry, leave it to me.
The magic pony dipped his tail into the boiling milk and swished it around twice.
Ivan, go ahead now. It's all right.
No one can survive a boiling cauldron like that. I guess I was pretty smart to make him go in first.
Oh, what's
happening?
It was Ivan. He had been magically transformed into a tall and handsome young man.
Ivan!
When the ruler saw what had happened, he ran and jumped into the boiling milk.
Ooh, ouch! Just keep telling yourself it's not hot. Ooh, okay, guards. Oh, ouch! Oh, close the lid.
Several minutes passed, but still the Tsar did not appear. But then, from inside the pot, the ruler had been too greedy and stayed in the magic milk too long. He had turned into a little baby. Not long thereafter, the handsome Ivan and the princess were married. As for the wicked ruler, he was now a cute little baby, and Ivan and his bride raised him as though he was their own. The Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes, he had 2 bright sapphires, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword hilt.
He is as beautiful as a weather vane, only not quite so useful. Why can't you be like the Happy Prince? The Happy Prince never dreams of crying for anything.
I am glad there is someone in the world who is quite happy. He looks like an angel.
How do you know? You've never seen one.
Oh, but we have in our dreams.
One night there flew over the city a little swallow. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had been delayed. And now he had been flying all day trying to catch up with them. But now he was tired, and when he saw the statue of the Happy Prince, it looked like an ideal place to spend the night. I have a golden bedroom, he thought to himself as he looked around, and he prepared to go to sleep. But just as he put his head on his wing, what a curious thing, he thought. There is not a single cloud in the sky, and yet it is raining.
My friends told me the climate in the north of Europe is really dreadful this time of year, but I would never have guessed it could rain on a beautiful night like tonight. Oh.
But when the young swallow looked up, the eyes of the Happy Prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks.
Who are you and why are you crying?
I am the Happy Prince, and when I was alive I had a human heart, yet I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow is not allowed to enter. Round the garden ran a very lofty wall, but I never cared to ask what lay beyond it. Everything about me was so beautiful, so I lived and so I died, and now they have set me up here so high that I can see all the ugliness and all the misery of my city, and though my heart is made of lead, I cannot choose but weep. Far away in a little street there is a poor house. One of the windows is open, and through it I can see a woman seated at a table. Her face is thin and worn, and she has coarse red hands, all pricked by the needle, for she is a seamstress. In a bed in the corner of the room, her little boy is lying ill. He has a fever and is asking for oranges. His mother has nothing to give him, so he's crying. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not bring her the ruby out of my sword hilt? My feet are fastened to this pedestal, and I cannot move.
I must be off for Egypt, thought the swallow. My friends are flying up and down the Nile already. But the Happy Prince looked so sad that the little swallow was sorry. So the swallow picked out the great ruby from the prince's sword and flew away with it in his beak over the roofs of the town. The little swallow felt as though he had done something very nice when he had given the mother the ruby. Now she could buy oranges for her son, and he would soon be well. He quickly flew off to tell the Happy Prince. That night he dreamed of his friends. They too must now be asleep, perhaps in the pyramid of an Egyptian king. Or perhaps there among the bulrushes beside the great granite throne of Memnon. When day broke, it was noticeably colder, and he was chilled to the bone.
Oh. Tonight I go to Egypt to meet my friends. Is there anything I can do for you there?
Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not stay with me one night longer? Far away across the city, I see a young man in his small apartment. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers. He is trying to finish a play, but he is too cold to write anymore. There is no fire, and hunger has made him faint. Oh, swallow, pluck out one of my sapphire eyes and take it to him. He will sell it to a jeweler and buy food and firewood and finish his play.
The swallow was greatly surprised. He could not think of taking away the eye of his friend.
Swallow, swallow, little swallow, do as I command you.
So the swallow plucked out the prince's eye and flew away to the student's room. The young man had his head buried in his hands, so he did not hear the flutter of birds' wings. And when he looked up, he found the beautiful sapphire. He looked quite happy.
I have come to bid you goodbye, my friend. I shall miss you.
Swallow, swallow, little swallow, will you not stay with me one night longer?
It is winter here, but in Egypt the sun is warm. I will bring you back 2 beautiful jewels in place of those you have given away.
Swallow, swallow, little swallow, in the square below stands a little match girl. She has let her matches fall in the gutter, and they are spoiled. Her father will scold her if she does not bring home some money. She is crying. She has no shoes or stockings, and her little head is bare. Pluck out my other eye and give it to her, and her father will not scold her.
I will stay with you one night longer, but I cannot pluck out your eye. You would be quite blind then.
Swallow, swallow, little swallow, do as I command you.
So he plucked out the prince's other eye and darted down with it.
Oh. What a lovely piece of glass. Father!
So once more the faithful swallow returned to the happy prince. But when he saw his friend now blind, his heart grew heavy with sorrow. Each day dawning was colder than the last, and the swallow knew that if he did not leave soon, it would be too late. But he could not fly off and leave his friend alone in his darkness.
You are blind now, so I will stay with you always.
No, little swallow, you must go away to Egypt.
I will stay with you always and forever.
All that day, he sat on the prince's shoulder and told him stories of what he had seen in strange lands.
Dear little swallow, you tell me of marvelous things, but more marvelous than anything is the suffering of men and of women. Fly over my city, little swallow, and tell me what you see there.
So the swallow flew over the great city and saw beggars freezing on street corners, or sitting hungry in front of rich people's gates. He even saw children left alone, afraid and crying. Then he flew back and told the prince what he had seen.
I am covered with fine gold. You must take it off, leaf by leaf, and give it to my poor.
Leaf after leaf of the fine gold the swallow picked off, till the happy prince looked quite dull and gray. Then the snow came, and after the snow came the frost. The poor little swallow grew colder and colder, but he would not leave the prince. He loved him too well. The swallow dreamed of his friends playing in the warmth of the Egyptian sun. of the Sphinx, who is as old as the world itself and who knows everything, of the great green snake that sleeps in a palm tree and has 20 priests to feed it with honey cakes. But here, winter now had the town firm in its icy grip, and food became harder and harder to find. The swallow tried to keep warm by flapping its wings and picked up crumbs outside the baker's door when the baker was not looking. But at last he knew that his time had come. He had just strength enough to fly up to the prince's shoulder once more.
Goodbye, dear prince. For it is not to Egypt that I am going. I do not regret leaving this cold and gloom, but I am most sorry to leave you behind with no one to tell you of your city and your grateful people. Farewell, dear prince.
At that moment, a most strange thing happened. The happy prince's leaden heart had snapped right in two. And so the sensitive and generous prince and his faithful friend, the swallow, were raised into the heavens where they could be rewarded eternally for their kindness. The Curious Tiger, a folk tale from ancient China. Once upon a time, long, long ago, there lived a very lazy tiger who slept most of his life away atop a tall mountain. When he wasn't sleeping, he was eating, and as a result, he knew almost nothing about the rest of the world. One day, the lazy tiger had a visit from one of his friends.
Hey, are you sleeping again? Uh-oh. Hey, I brought you something delicious to eat.
Only one thing would make that tiger wake, and that was food.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Huh? Here.
Hey, would you like something really delicious?
Sure.
I'll bet you've never had beefsteak before. Now, have you? Well, beefsteak comes from cows, and I know where you can find one. Would you like to try it?
Whoopee!
Hey, you left before I could tell you where to find the cow.
Well, where?
What a pair.
This looks like the place, all right. But what's a cow, anyway? I wonder if that's it. Not very filling, though, is it? Maybe that one. Looks pretty tough to swallow, though. That one? Doesn't look very tasty to me. Wonder what this cow looks like. That must be it. Looks even more delicious than my friend told me. Hey, wait! Don't go in there! Wait! Well, what am I going to do now? Maybe I better just take a little snooze and think it over.
Hey, what was that? I'm getting all wet. Maybe this is what they call rain. I'd better get out of here before I catch a cold.
That rain wasn't about to let up, and it rained the rest of the day, right into the night. It was then that the tiger heard something very interesting.
Hey, there's a leak in the roof. There's a leak in the roof.
A leak in the roof? I wonder what that could be. I better check this out.
Hurry! There's a leak in the roof. Ooh, hurry! Ooh, there's another one. Hurry up now! Hurry! 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 There's a leak!
I'm not sure what this leak in the roof is, but it must be something to eat because they're getting out all their pots and pans. And the way they're all running around, it must be really important. Wonder what it tastes like. Must be really delicious. Hey, what's that funny sound coming from the house? I've got it. That must be the cry of a leak in the roof. What a strange animal.
What a tiger. He thought that the leak in the roof was some kind of animal, some kind of new and delicious food for tigers. How silly. What a laugh he'd have if he could see what a leak in the roof really is. And the sounds he heard were merely the tinkle of the raindrops hitting the many pots, pans, jars, and dishes the couple had placed beneath the leaks in the roof. But by and by, the rain began to let up, and the skies cleared.
Say, I can't hear those leak in the roof anymore. Wonder what happened to them. Oh, I'll bet I know. They must have gotten tired from all that singing and went to bed. Now I can see just what those leak in the roof look like. Hey, it's pitch black in here. Yow! Ow! Wow!
Oh, no, he's fallen asleep again.
This'll be easier than I thought. I'll grab that cow and be out of here before they know it.
The thief put on a mask and then crept into the farmhouse to look for the cow. In those days, the animals lived right in the house with the family. But it was so dark inside, the thief couldn't see a thing, especially the silly tiger sleeping right in front of him.
What do we have here? I don't know what you are, but just keep on sleeping like a good boy and don't wake everyone up. Oh, no!
The tiger was still half asleep, and when he saw that masked face, he was terrified. And it was so dark in there that the thief thought he'd stumbled over the cow. So he put his rope over the confused tiger's head and started to lead it off to his hideout.
Boy, just wait till the boys back at the hideout see this. I may be just about the best cow napper in the country. Looks like we'll all be having beefsteaks for a week.
The thief was in a good mood now, but sooner or later he was going to turn around and find a tiger on the other end of that rope and not a cow. And as for the tiger, all he could see was that very strange mask, and he was sure that he was being led away by one of those terrible leaks in the roof, perhaps to be eaten by it for dinner.
Hey, I'm really starved and sure could use some breakfast. Bet you're hungry too, huh?
Me? No, I don't think I'm very hungry right now.
Huh? What? Wow! A tiger! Let me out of here! Help! Whoa! Whoa!
Now the tables were really turned. The thief had thought he was leading his supper home, but now all he was worried about was not becoming the supper of that tiger.
Hey, I didn't know that leak in the roof could climb trees. It must really be a fantastic animal. And if I try to run away, he'll surely catch me. Oh, what can I do?
Hey, what's going on here? I've never seen a tiger crying before. What's the matter? You got a thorn in your paw or something?
The tiger then began to tell the monkey about the leak in the roof and all that had happened since he left the mountain. When the monkey heard his story, he couldn't help but laugh.
Hey, what are you laughing about?
Why, that's no leak in the roof. That's just your common, everyday human being, and a thief to boot, I'll bet. You don't have to be afraid of him. He's afraid of you.
But just as you say, if that's really a human being, he would have been too frightened to just walk in and lead a ferocious tiger like myself off.
Well, I don't understand that part either, but it shouldn't take me long to get this straightened out. Be right back.
Oh no, that monkey's up to no good. I've really gotten myself into it this time. Wait.
You were right. That evil spirit just doused me with some sort of magic potion.
Oh no! What next? What kind of a strange creature would run around with a hat rack on its head?
Hey, you better be careful down there. That's a tiger-eating ogre, you know.
Oh, Mr. Leak in the Roof, can you tell us what those white spots are on its back?
Why, everybody knows that it grows a white spot for every tiger it eats. And that one looks like he's had more than his share.
Oh.
And those antlers are really dinner forks, you know. And you wouldn't stand a chance against him. He's the best boxer in the land.
When the tiger heard that, he became even more frightened than before. And the poor deer didn't know what to think. He was supposed to be scared of tigers, but here was a tiger that was scared to death of him.
He looks mighty hungry to me.
No.
And they say that after he's eaten as much tiger as he can, he uses a monkey's tail to brush his teeth.
What? I'm getting out of here.
Hey, wait for me.
See you later, suckers.
Oh.
Boy, if you hadn't happened along when you did, I'd be a goner for sure. I'll tell you, I've learned my lesson, and my life of crime is over. I'm gonna get a decent job and work for my living.
And that is the story of how the curious tiger, who knew nothing about the world, learned his first lesson. But do you think it did him any good? I'm afraid not. His only experience in the outside world was just too confusing to him. He decided he was much happier just sleeping the days away atop his mountain hideaway.